Hey guys, what's up? Heather Moss here, and today we're back in the dining room to help make it feel more homey and decorated. And I mentioned a couple videos ago that I wanted to do a full wall kind of flexible art installation. I really enjoy taking pictures and photography. I also love, like on Etsy, you can find lots of really cool prints. And I wanted to have a place that I could display all of that was very easy to change. I love picture frames, but I often feel like when you put in a picture frame, you're kind of stuck with what's in there. You could take it down and change it out, but it's kind of cumbersome, and I find that I don't do that very often. So what I've got here is, in this tube, is 6-foot long pieces of steel that we are then going to command strip to the wall behind me. And I've got 3 of them. I've got 4, but I think I'm really only going to use 3. I might still use 4. I'm trying to do the math on that right now, but we're going to put them on this wall. And then I've got magnets, and I printed out all of the photography over the last couple years, mostly pictures of my family, a couple prints from places that we've been on family vacations that we can hang up. And then during Christmas or the holidays, we can change this out to whatever is suiting that time. So, you know, if it's Halloween, you can put something Halloween related. If it's Christmas, you put something a little bit more Christmas related, and it's so easy to change out and molds to whatever you need it to be. So let's get started. The first thing I've done is measure out my wall, and it is 9 feet high. So I'm going to use some tape to kind of mark out where I want everything. So let's get some tape and get to marking. Alrighty, so I've got that roughly taped out. Basically what I've done here is mark the center of where the chandelier is, and I kind of had to eyeball that because the chandelier is not the center of the room. And then I went to the center of the wall. So my wall is 9 feet, so this is a 4.5 foot up mark. So this is the center and where I want the top of the first one to go. And then I did 15 inches either direction, up and down, so I had the 4 lines that I wanted to have. Now I've got my handy level, because this is one of those things, I'm a big fan of eyeballing stuff. When you're hanging pictures, usually you can kind of eyeball it and get where you need to go. But you're gonna be hanging large strips, 6-foot long strips. There's gonna be a large room for that to go wrong as far as being level. If that thing's off, man, you gonna know about it. This is our 6-foot piece of steel that I ordered from Home Depot and had it delivered. And we're just going to put some command strips on the back of here and then level it up and hang it on the wall. You want to choose the side that doesn't have this ugly sticker on it. And this is not very heavy, so command strips will do a great job of holding these. Let me go get my command strips. So like I say, this is not very heavy, so command strips is perfect for this job. I'm really just using leftover ones. I buy a lot of command strips, and so you just stick them on, you peel them off. I've mentioned this before, living in a log house, you cannot just start drilling holes in things and putting up floating shelves, because you can't take them off later, spackle them up, and then go about your business. So I use a lot of command strip products, a lot. Everything in my house is hung with command strips. All the pictures are hung with command strips. There's kids' growth charts that are hung with command strips. Pretty much if I think a command strip will hold it, I'll put it up. And I've only had curtains. We did a video about that, curtains in the office/playroom, held up with command strips. And I've only had really 1 or 2 things that didn't stay on with command strips. And usually it's because the wall isn't flat in that area and it's not getting full contact, or there was some instances where the baby climbed up somewhere and pulled on some stuff. So I really think that command strips are a great product, especially if, you know, you're renting or you're in a home where you just can't, you know, put holes in the wall like we can. Love the wood. I think the wood is so warm and beautiful and just lends to living in this forest, but you can't just be drilling holes in it. You can't take them back. They're like forever. And the previous owners did, and sometimes there's some holes in here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 command strips on this piece. And then I'm just gonna carefully swing it around so I don't whack myself. I also need to mark where the middle of this is, so I know exactly what I'm lining up. These are 6-foot pieces, so 3 feet. So generally speaking, I eyeball everything. I feel like when you're hanging pictures, you can't notice that much over a 12-foot span of a picture frame how level that thing is. So I just kind of eyeball it, whatever looks best to me. If you have a long strip of anything, there's a lot more room for that to get wonky really quickly. It's best just going ahead and bust out your level, because you don't want to hang this on the wall and have this number right here and you'd be like, oh. No, especially if you are drilling holes in your wall to hang anything up. I have been in that situation. I've owned houses before where I did that, and you're like 15 holes in and you're like, what happened? I mathed just fine and you didn't have enough coffee, and there you are with like a bajillion holes in your wall. So go ahead and use your level, especially on something that's a long span like this, because you're really going to be able to tell. So level on top of here. You've got it where you want it. Start sticking it down. Pull your tape up so that you don't have wonkiness. And press it in. And one of the things with command strips, it's kind of important that you really press on it and get it adhered to the wall. Or if there's some kind of like lip in the wall, it's not exactly flat here, that will alter it too. But we're not putting a whole lot of weight on this, so probably be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up a time lapse to do the rest of this, because I mean, you've seen me stick this one to the wall. Repeat the same process for the next ones. Alrighty, so we've got them all up, and washed my hands, and also there was a rogue nail in here. I took that out as well. So magnets, hold on. I ordered these teeny little, see if you can see this. Can you see that? See, focus, focus, focus. Do the things like makeup with the anyhow, teeny little magnets from Amazon. They're not very expensive. So now the fun part of getting to put up our pictures. So I'm going to start with the largest ones first and evenly distribute them, and then fill them in the middle with the smaller ones. I've basically got a couple of